Mike and Mike's Bags. Today I'm reviewing Hercules Omega by Olympus Cornhole. If you remember, not too long ago on my channel, I reviewed the regular Hercules by Olympus Cornhole. This is a slight variation to that bag. So we'll break these bags down. I'll tell you kind of what's similar, what's different from the regular Hercules. Let's go ahead and get started. As always, we start with materials. Slow side, this is a hybrid material. It's probably the most popular, one of the most popular hybrid materials out there. It's the same slow side you find on the slow side of the Swag Bags Chaos, True Cornhole Aftershock, the CBC Ronin Wildfire, the Ultra Viper R, Lucky Bags Pro Sniper Elite, Reynolds Thunder, AAR Ripper, go on and on. There's a long list of bags that use this material. It's a wonderful material. It's very hole friendly. It plays pretty consistent across all board conditions. So if you live in an area where humidity is an issue, or in those all-day tournaments, or those big buildings where boards change throughout the tournament, or from one end of the building to the other, this slow side plays very consistent across those. I call it about a 5.5 speed. Some people call it closer to a 6. It does play like 6.5-ish or so brand new. Once it breaks down, softens up, I think it's that 5.5 to 6 speed range, somewhere in there. For me, on my scale, I call it about a 5.5 speed. It's great for running bags in the hole if you like to do that, but it also has control where if you want to throw some blockers and play a dirty style game, you can do that. It does well with shot shaping, so it's a very versatile material. It kind of does everything really, really well. 5.5 speed on the slow side here. Fast side, this is that Pro Sniper Viper fast side material, 9 speed. It's fast. It's great for pushing those blockers all the way up and into the hole. It's great for bullying bags out of the way. It's great for dealing with congestion and piles of bags around the hole. So looking about a 5.5, 9 speed on these Hercules Omega bags. Same materials that you find, same exact two materials you find on the regular Hercules. Template wise, this is where the bag, this is the biggest difference between the Omega and the regular Hercules is the template size. It's still a medium template, and I can't remember on the regular Hercules if I call it, I got it sitting right here. I keep pointing over there. I got it sitting off camera here. I can't remember when I reviewed this if I called this a medium or large, but I think I called this a medium template, but on the larger side of medium. So I feel like when I measure these, they kind of still fall kind of right on the edges of my medium template size, but the regular Hercules falls on the larger side of medium, the Omega falls on the smaller side of medium. So this is a slightly smaller template. I don't know if I can show you visually here very well. If you look at this, I don't know how well. If I line this side up over here, I don't know if you can see the slight difference there. If I line this up here, I don't know if you can see over here. It's just a slight difference. But again, with cornhole bags, there's not a huge difference in variations in what's allowed size-wise. So a slight, maybe a 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch difference in the size of the Hercules over the Omega. I will say, if you like a fuller feeling bag, I think you'll like the Omega a little better over the Hercules. I think it does affect the playability, and I'll get more to that about playability as far as the difference in template size, what it does to the playability, and what type of players are better suited for. But medium template on this Omega, but it's on the smaller side of medium. Feel-wise, there's a medium amount of fill in these bags, but because it's on that smaller side of medium, template-wise, it feels like a fuller bag. When I grip it, I have complete control. I can lock that bag down. Again, that's probably the biggest change I feel in the regular Hercules. When I grab that bag and lock it down, a little more looseness. It's just a touch more looseness to it, a little more slop, a little more flop to this regular Hercules than what you get in the Hercules Omega. So it really has that fuller feel. You lock it down, complete control over it. The fill in here is a mixed fill. The fill, I believe, is different. I think this fill in this Omega is slightly different than what's in the regular Hercules. They're both mixed fills, and I'm pretty speculative because I don't open the bags up. I don't know. I didn't reach out to them. I probably should have reached out to Olympus, and I didn't do that. Didn't think about that. I feel like the regular Hercules, again, both are mixed fill, a nice mixture of flat and round and so forth, and different variations. It's not just, it's a multi-blend mix of different types of fill. I feel like there's more round in this regular Hercules than there is in the Omega. I could be wrong. It's just based on what I'm feeling in the bags. I feel like that's the case though. Again, there's round here, just not as much. So if you don't like as much round bead, if you don't like a looser bag, you like more of a fuller bag with more flat fill, I think you'll lean more towards this Omega. These bags are also TCL stamps, but in the TCL, you can throw the Hercules and Omegas. Let's go ahead and jump in and talk about playability, because that's where I think a lot of you are going to want to know what the differences in the bags are. Playability-wise, for these Omegas, it's a versatile bag. It does everything really well. If you like to run bags in the hole, you can get up there and do that, put your 4 bags in, get your 12 points. If you like to play a dirty style game, I think this bag does that fairly well. I think to me, it's better suited for the hole running style gameplay. If I'm pulling this bag out, I want to put most of my bags out. I want to run bags most of the time with the occasional dirty round, or maybe I want to deal with an opponent who's playing dirty I can deal with. But if I want to play a true dirty style game, I think Olympus has better bags suited for that. But again, you can do that. You can get up there and throw blockers. You've got control here. Put the bag up there. It's big enough. It's full enough. It makes a really good blocker. If your opponent's not used to pushing through, it can cause bags to bounce off. Because this Omega is on that fuller side, it's really easy to collect. You're coming down, clipping a corner. It's not going to smash or cording up. You come down, you clip that corner, you take it in. You've got enough speed on the fast side to push through and collect multiple bags. So if you throw 2 or 3 blockers up there, you can come through, push, take them in. Even this bag has that fuller feeling to it. It's not a full bag in the sense that it still does have some flop. So if you're pushing through multiple bags, they'll fold up and drip in. I never had an issue with this bag's clogging up in the hole. When I was trying to collect 2 or 3 bags, I would flip it over fast side, push through. They would all kind of collect, bunch up, and just drop right in. They're not clogging up in the hole, for I never had that problem whatsoever. So definitely a bag where you can throw a lot of bags around the hole, create a lot of congestion and chaos, and then come down the last bag fast side and just blow the pile up and take all your bags in. It does that extremely well. It's also a bag that I think plays well against an opponent who's playing a dirty style game. If you're not a dirty style player, but you're getting someone who really does like to throw blockers and they like to roll and flop and just play, create a lot of chaos, this is a good bag to pull out because, one, you've got enough speed on the slow side and the fast side that you can bully bags out of the way. So they put a blocker up there, you can step out, kind of aim for their corner, bump into it and push it out of the way. But you've also got the ability to shot shape it. If you throw cuts, rolls, flops, you can do that well with this Hercules Omega. Maybe not the best bag for beginners. I would say this Omega is easier than the regular Hercules because of the fullness and less flop. It does seem like the shot shape is a little easier. So if you're trying to learn, maybe not the best, I think the Omega is a better option. If you're advanced or elite, either one works really well. Either one, you can cut, roll, flop, no problem whatsoever. I have no problem throwing my cuts here. You'll see when I stage the blockers up there, no problem cutting and getting around the bags. Even when I put 2 blockers up there, kind of getting through, the bag does it. The bag handles traffic on the board really well. That's what I love about this slow side material. It's one of my favorite materials to play when I know there's going to be bags in the way and bags on the board, because you've got the ability to play a dirty style game, but you have the ability to just push bags out of the way and run through them. It's good to have a bag like this in your backpack, so when you get to a tournament or an event, and maybe things are different than you expected, or maybe your opponent you get is someone that you're not familiar with, you pull this bag out, and no matter how they play or the condition you're playing with, you can have success and win games with these Hercules Omegas. So overall, the difference is the two, the Hercules and the Omega. If you're looking to buy and you don't know which one to get, if you like floppy bags, you like forgiving bags, go with the regular Hercules. If you like fuller bags, you're going to go with the Omega. Shot shaping, as I said, I think the Omega is easier if you're not as good at that skill set. If you have the shot shaping, you can do either one. As far as forgiveness goes, I think the Hercules is a more forgiving bag. So if you're a player who struggles with accuracy or consistency, you're not hitting that same mark every time, you're missing a little bit left or right, this Hercules, because of that little bit larger template and a little more flop, does a better job of dipping that corner in, grabbing the lip of the hole, and pulling the bag back in. It's going to be more forgiving. It's going to make up for more of your mistakes. That's where I think I would lean. If accuracy is your issue, I'd lean more towards the Hercules. The Omega does a great job at that. It's still a forgiving bag. It still does a good job at grabbing the hole. You'll see here when I'm throwing, sometimes I'll throw some bags a little off to the left or right. It still grabs, spins around, and comes back in. As long as you can get that corner to dip in, it's gonna hook the lip and come in. I just think with the Omega, that slightly larger template gives you a slightly larger landing zone, just a little bit more margin of error. So if accuracy is your issue, I would go with the Hercules, the regular Hercules. If you like a looser, floppier bag, a more forgiving bag, it's Hercules. If you like a fuller feeling bag, or you like to do more of that shot shaping and you're not quite as good at that, I think you go with the Omega. Very slight differences in the two bags. Both are great bags. I think if you picked up either one of them, you would love it. I had a blast throwing them. I highly recommend checking them out. Leaves me in availability. Olympus bags are sold, their TCL stamp bags are sold through the TCL website. I'll put a link in the description to click on there to go to the TCL site to buy them. Bags are $95 for a set. It was $12 shipping, I believe, through the TCL site. So $107. It's kind of it's in that medium price point, at the upper end of the medium price point for me. Although for TCL bags, I feel like they all tend to run a little bit higher than some of your other stamped bags or non-stamped bags. So that 107 is kind of more of the mid-price point, I think, for TCL stamped bags. Well worth it. I highly recommend. If you're interested, if you play the TCL, even if you don't, if you like the sound of this bag, you want to try it out, $107 is not a bad price. You're getting a great set of bags. I would definitely recommend it. I wouldn't shy away from that price point whatsoever. If you've thrown these Hercules Omegas, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think of them, especially if you've thrown the regular Hercules and the Omegas. I'd love to know which one you like better and why. As always, I thank you guys so much for your support, and I thank you for watching.